Hello and welcome back. If you're new, hello, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. So today it is all about the room makeover day. Hooray, it's finally here. So since coming back from Bali, we have moved in temporarily for now with Simon's mum at his home place, and we are staying in his old room. And as you might imagine, his old room was still very much a teen boy's room because he hadn't done it up since he was a teenager, so you know, there was that. When we got here it was quite dark. The wall had been painted dark blue and he had lots of stars on the ceiling, which were very cool, I think, and lots of clouds and rockets and all sorts of interesting things all over the walls. Some things maybe not so safe for the internet, so I have whizzed round as quickly as possible to show you that. But yes, the room was quite dark and the layout, although it was grand, it just felt a bit, it just needed changing up, it just needed freshening up. So I decided, per husband, that we would repaint the room. And as you can see, it is a lovely fresh white colour. Now, please note, it took 3 coats of paint to get it this white. We were going to paint the walls sort of a light dusky kind of grey / lilac-y colour, but once we actually painted all the white, I think it looked quite nice. It looked nice and fresh and clean again and all nice and new again. So we decided to leave it as it was, as white. Also rearranged everything. So you would have seen that we have some French doors out onto a small balcony. Those French doors, although they were quite dark, we also did those over. They let in all of the light into the room. So I decided to change the bed around and move the bed in front of the French doors. And I think that works quite nicely. So with the French doors, we sanded all those down. You would have seen they were really dark grey. We sanded them all down and took a wee while, inside and outside. And then we did 2 coats of wood stain. We went for a light wood stain. I will leave links to everything down below. We got the wood stain from B&Q, I believe. And the paint we got from Tesco on offer. They were doing big, huge gallons of paint for next to nothing. So it took almost 2 of those humongous tins to paint this room. For the doors, sanded those down, 2 coats of stain, and we did the balcony as well. Now the balcony we're going to have to come back to, but we sanded down the railings and we applied some metal paint, nice black, nice shiny black and smooth finish. But sadly it rained shortly after applying the paint, so we have to redo that again. It is watertight, but it's gone on mottled and a bit smudgy, so it looks a bit matte in certain areas, so we need to give that another go. And we also cleared off all the moss and give the duck a bit of a clean, and the duck is now mostly clean, but he's also a bit old, so he's not going to get much cleaner, sadly. In the room itself, we had to do some sanding down and filling in. There were various little holes where we had to strip away. There were some metal strips along the top with mirrors on them and little reflective things on the ceiling and, you know, glow in the dark stars and all that kind of jazz. So we had to take all of those off to start with. We stripped them all down, and any divots that were left we filled them in and sanded them down, and then we went in with the paint. It took 3 coats of paint to get this nice matte finish and this nice fresh white. It was a wee bit of a mission. It took us 2 days to do that because you have to leave it to dry in between to get the full benefit, really. Yeah, so a bit of a mission, painting it all and sanding it all and doing all that kind of jazz. But it was grand. We got it done. Then came the rearranging. Like I said, I put the bed in front of the French doors because I thought it would be nice, and it is nice in the mornings. On the weekend, the odd time, I'll open up the curtains and we'll sit and read in bed and have a cup of tea, and you know, it's nice. It's really nice. Especially during the summer while it was still nice and warm, it was really, really nice. And all the drawers and shelving, moved them all around as well, as you might expect. As you walk into the room, there were some white drawers. I moved those over to beside the French windows, and they're lovely. That'll be a future project, to sand them all down and freshen them up. But yes, moved them over there. Took the black shelving that was there and put it beside the door. Moved the light that was beside the door over, moved the mirror that was beside the door over, and decided to raise it up because it is quite a short mirror. It's a very useful mirror, it's quite nice. But it wasn't useful down low because I'm a tall person and Simon's tall, so we decided to raise it up, and we had some metal boxes in storage that we took out that was full of makeup and all sorts of stuff that I needed basically, and we took that out filled it with other things that we needed to store, and put the mirror on top of that. I put it on top of one of the metal boxes and then used the other metal box to wedge it up tight so it wasn't going to slip or slide anywhere. And that works really, really well. It's a really nice height now to see my outfits and all that kind of jazz. It's really good. So that lives beside the shelving. And next to that we have a chest of drawers that was already here as well. Again, that houses my makeup. My makeup takes up a lot of space, sadly. I love it, but it takes up a lot of space. It houses my makeup, it houses spare skincare, and it houses other bits and bobs that we look after for Simon and Nikki's mum. Simon's mum, Nikki. So that all lives in that shelving, not that drawer. Then we have the clothing rail. That has pretty much stayed where it was. That will be moving in future. We have some more things we have to take out of storage, so we're going to see about that. But that now, everything that needs hanging up lives there. Below that we also have our suitcases, etc., and they're full of things that we need to store, but it gets them out of the way and they're hidden pretty much. And I also have my shoes along there as well, and any washing, etc., that all lives there. And all that gets hidden by the rocking chair. I really like the rocking chair. I've just put a patchwork quilt that belonged to Simon's mum, and we've just popped that over the rocking chair. Love that rocking chair because I sit sometimes in the morning staring out the French doors at beautiful countryside, and I get to sit in my rocking chair all cozy and read a book and, you know, nice and snug. So that lived there. The curtains were already here. So other bits that we added to the room to freshen things up. Beautiful light that came from Lightcraft. I will leave the link down below. They sent it to me just to test out and to see what I thought and whatever else, and to include in my room makeover, because I was talking about a makeover and they were like, would you like a light to try out? And I said, yes please. And I think it really, really works. It was just plain silver. What I've done is put in some black large pebbles, just to take the shine off the base of it a wee bit, because it was a wee bit too much shine for me. So I put some black pebbles in around it, and I got this really cool vintage light bulb. I got the light bulb from Tesco's, and it was only a couple of quid, not very expensive at all. But I think I love the tungsten light of it. It's nice and glowy and warm and cozy. Perfect in the winter evenings when I'm sitting with my face mask on, reading a magazine or a book or whatever. It's all nice and cozy in here because I've lots of little lights going on. I have lots of candles going on as well. I'll show you those in a minute. But along that, the white drawers, we have that lovely light, which I love. Also some of my skincare that I need, and my nail polishes. They now live there as well. I have actually popped aren't the bowls so cute? Again, belong to Simon's mum. I thought they were incredibly cute. So they now live there. And a little succulent. I got two succulents, one there, one on top of the black shelving. I got them in Tesco's for about £2 each. So a bit of a bargain there, and they look really, really cute. And push comes to shove, if they die, I can always just reuse the holders, because the nice, you know, ceramic holders for them, I thought they were really nice. So they now live in the room, and I like the roundiness going on over there, so that all works really, really well. Above the white drawers, we have this beautiful picture from Dorkface. I'll leave her Etsy shop down below. It's a nice collage. There is a white liner in it that you won't see in the original, because I may have stuck some packaging to it by accident and took that off, and it took some of the picture off, and yeah, you can imagine my dismay. But I actually quite like it now because, you know, it makes it unique to me, so it's fine. So I got that from Dorkface, and I love that it's kind of autumny colours and it's perfect, and it's also nice countryside, and I'm in the countryside, so I think it works well. I got the frame for it at a random shop on Amazon, and it's faux wood. It's not real wood at all. I think it works really well. Again, got it for a couple of quid, so all in maybe less than £8, bit of a bargain. So yes, I got that from Dorkface, got the frame from Amazon, and I think it just works. It's nice beside the navy curtains, and I think it works well. The colouring of my nail polish box has got that dark green on it, and Simon's skincare bag is nice and dark brown, and all in all, I like that little corner. I think the colours tie well together. I just put some cloth napkins on top of the white drawers, because the white drawer, they need sanding down. They're beautiful, they're lovely heavy set, but they need a bit of a makeover. For now, a quick win was to put those cloth napkins on top just to cover the worst of the damage. Hello, teenage boy. And also just to freshen it up and have a nice sort of country feel to it. And I think the pale pinky peachy colour works well. I did try out other coloured napkins like white and red and yellow, but those are my favourite. So we decided to go with those. As we turn around towards the bed, we've got this very cute picture of Simon as a baby, and I put it in a little frame from Hobbycraft. This is just a plastic cover with a hard back and you just clip on the sides. Got it for like 50p. Bargain. I added some washi tape around the edges because, you know, Simon has mustache and beard, and I liked to have a wee bit of a frame around it. I just thought it worked quite well around the baby and it made me smile anyway. So there's that. And as we turn around towards the bed, we've got these lovely lights up the side, heart-shaped lights, and they're from Primark. So again, only a couple of quid. They don't emit a massive amount of light, so you won't be able to read by them or anything like that. But when you've turned off all the lights, and I already have the tungsten one on there, you know, the nice lantern on in the one corner, and I'll have those on in the other corner, it's nice and cozy and it is nice and warm. So they're an alternative if I don't want the full-on bedside light on. I'll just turn those on, and if I'm just snuggling, it's nice. It's nice. So there's those. And then we've got the Mr. and Mrs. Hart. That was a present years ago when we first got married from my mother-in-law. And then we come back around to my black shelving unit. So all along here, obviously I got my jewellery out of storage, and I've kind of stripped down to the only jewellery that I wear now. I've only taken that out, and we've got necklaces, earrings and bracelets and watches and what have you. I've had this for years, so this isn't anything new. The candle is new. I like this candle. It looks really nice for Halloween, I thought. Just perfect. And it actually smells like honey. It's honey and nectar. It smells actually just like honey. It's really, really nice, and it's a really cool candle. We have that, and that'll be nice whenever it burns out. I'll still be able to use that. Then we have any perfumes and body sprays and makeup brushes. Next down we have all the books. And below that we have these boxes. So those boxes came from Tesco's. They're just storage boxes. I'm not sure if they still have them because they tend to do these things in runs. So they may be coming to the end of a run. But you just get these storage boxes from the likes of Tesco's and Sainsbury's and any kind of supermarket that does stationery, etc. and wee bits of storage. Those kind of boxes turn up all over the place. They're just heavy duty cardboard basically, and then they've got beautiful decoration on them. So I have 3 of those in total. One lives under my bedside table with just some spare bits and pieces that I might need. The ones on here have camera charger. My hairbrushes live in one, along with sort of hair tools next to all my hairsprays and things. As you might imagine, I've kept them all together. And I also have a little box of washi tape and all sorts of random bits that I might need for photographs. So I have some props on that shelf, things like that. They all live together. I've kept my makeup brush, or my makeup bags down the bottom. They house spare makeup brushes, stick-on nails for when my nails have gone to pot. Anything that I don't want out on display. Basically, I don't like lots of cluttery things all out in place. I try to tidy them away into boxes. Obviously, I don't just chuck things in my boxes. If it needs chucking out, to chuck it out. But I try to keep things tidy because we're in a small space, so it's best to put things away where possible, basically. I have another picture from Dorkface here. I thought it worked quite well because it's nice bright colours, and I've got some bright jewellery out, and it all just works well with the black and things. I thought it worked well. So kind of a contrast colour corner here where I've got blacks and bright colours, and over there I've got wood and sort of more solid colours, if that makes more primary colours over there. So we have the alternative, and then I've got my yoga bag in the corner, which is nice and neon and nice and bright. But all in all, I think it worked out really quite well. I really, really like the room. It feels nice and big and airy, and everything has a place, and most things live in that place, hopefully. Yes, hopefully. So yeah, that is it. I think we did quite well. It definitely feels lovely and fresh and new in here. I have other projects, like I said, I want to do, like the drawers and things, so I'll take you along whenever I do that. And whenever I redo the railing, I'll probably show you that in a vlog at some point. So, you know, if you watch a vlog, which have become monthly now rather than weekly because I don't have a whole pile of time. But you can check that out whenever they go live. But that's it for all of this. I think it's worked out quite well. Let me know if you've any questions, or if there's anything I mentioned and I haven't linked down below, hit me up and I will try and find the link for it. But all in all, I think it's worked out really quite well. I love this room now. It's nice and cozy. Really doesn't look like a boy's room anymore, and I was a bit, somebody said, oh, poor Simon, and then I said, oh Simon, I'm really sorry, and he was like, yeah, I don't really care. and wasn't that bothered. So to him, he doesn't really care at all. I think a room's a room, and he feels comfy in here as well, so he's grand. He's happy as Laurie. So yeah, in short, it was mostly my issue that I wanted to make over the room, but it worked out quite well. That's the crack. Thanks so many for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please tell all of your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.